What's it called? What's up, guys? B Dirt, Big G, I agree, Big Trash, and Tate dressed in your Death Row's Vibe magazine finest.
I got
Friday.
the homies on, man. This wasn't around with Death Row.
I didn't see the detailing of the t-shirt. All I saw was the black and the chain. You look like Tupac in '95.
Yeah, t-shirt's a little more Public Enemy vibe.
It does that too. I take it back.
Look like Suge in '95. But what's up, guys? Over the last week, it's been a lot of celebrating going on, man. There's a lot of putting on for your hood. Last week there was a 305 day. Shout out to all my homies in Miami. Just recently it was 312. Shout out to everybody in Chicago. 313 was yesterday. Detroit stand up.
That's Detroit. 312 is St. Louis, ain't it?
No. 314 is St. Louis.
314. Okay, you're right.
And 314, March 14th. Also,
Pi Day.
As the nerds would say, Pi Day. But us sports fans, we say it's time for March Madness. It's time for the best holiday on the sports calendar, right? And it's kicked off this week. We've got Selection Sunday coming up this Sunday. Conference tournaments are coming to an end tomorrow, this weekend as well. Fellas, how you all liking it? Has anybody gotten their operation scheduled so they can be out for the entire tournament?
No, but my PTO starts on Thursday. I'm flying out to Vegas with a big group of us for the first weekend of March Madness. So it's becoming an annual tradition that I really love.
I love it. We talked about the best holidays in the year before. We've done that show before with top 5 lists. And I think I was the only one that had the opening day of March Madness on my list as a holiday. I don't think you all ride with it like I do, but I love this time of year. It's since the football season ended, betting, gambling hasn't hit right for me. After that big night we had on the Super Bowl, it's like, what's there to do? The NBA is not where it's at as far as instant gratification with the money, but March Madness is there. It's time to get that money, guys. So we're gonna have to fire up those group chats so we can talk about our parlays and how we're gonna get that going. But I think last week we said who we like as a dark horse, but instead of dark horsing it, let's call some winners. Who you think winning this whole thing? Let's start with you, Suge, from '95.
Big Suge in the building.
Man, I think I'm gonna take a not really a big sleeper, but not one of the one seeds I perceive to be. I'm gonna take. They went pretty far last. I'm gonna take Alabama.
That was my sleeper from last week. I think Alabama's a good enough team. I think they can creep up on somebody and get deep. I agree with you there. G, do you think a one's going to win? Do you think a one's going to take this tournament this year?
Nope. I think the Florida Gators are going to be a 2, and I think the Gators can win it.
Look at Boozer. Him and Tate dressed alike.
Yeah, I like the Gators, bro. The Gators looking real tough over there, man. They looking real tough over in the SEC. They killing people.
Florida Gators are really tough this year. The SEC, I mean, shit. Close your eyes and just pick a team, and then you can make a great argument. But they can go 6-0 in the tournament. B-Dirt, Michigan's going to be in the tournament, right? So, how about the Big Ten and it all? SEC is now taking over basketball as Big Ten tries to encroach on their dominance in football. Do you think the Big Ten has a shot to maybe win this tournament over all of those SEC teams?
No.
Very succinct. Like it.
Very succinct. There's no. Michigan State's going to win the Big Ten. Probably they're going in with they're hot right now. I don't know, 7-8 straight wins, something like that. I don't think they shoot the ball well enough when they run into some teams that have some bigs and rebound well. I think they'll get bounced. Maybe Elite Eight. I don't think any. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll call it right now. I don't think a Big Ten team makes Final Four.
Ooh, well, I don't think that's much of a hot take.
I believe that.
It's not hot.
Yeah, I believe that.
Lukewarm, but
yeah.
But I just don't think it's going to happen. And I like I still think they could sneak into me a one seed, but I like Florida as well. G, if you said you get two teams and against the field, I would pick the two teams I picked. My long shot was Clemson, and my favorite team would be Florida. I would take those two and give up the field.
That's crazy.
Odds. I have to get some odds.
That's crazy because I take Louisville and Florida, and Louisville and Clemson going to figure it out in a few minutes. So that's crazy that we picked that because I like Louisville. Louisville rough, boy. They rough.
Yeah. Louisville's tough.
I like Clemson has good enough guard play, and they can absolutely play defense. Very athletic, long team, and I like the way they're playing. So,
well, Clemson, as we're talking about, they're an ACC team for the time being.
Correct.
Shout out to UG. So I don't think the ACC or the Big Ten gets a team in the Final Four. I think Clemson and Duke, they fall in the Elite Eight. I don't think Clemson makes it that far, to be honest with you. I think Clemson is a second weekend team.
Elite Eight?
I think Duke loses in the regional final. It's just they're athletic. They're a very good defensive team. They can shoot. They check the boxes everywhere they go. But when you start playing with all these athletes and all these other teams that also check the boxes, that's where the rubber meets the road, so to speak, right? It depends on what type of bracket they get. Usually, Duke when Duke has a good scheme, they do get a favorable road. But Duke doesn't have a Final Four. They've only went to the Final Four one time in the last decade, and no wins. So
one of the things that I like looking at is the breakdown of home and away.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the tournament, I like teams that play well on the road, and Houston is undefeated on the road.
That's facts. That's big facts.
So that makes me kind of appreciate them a little bit more going into this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Houston's been this has been the third or fourth season in which Houston has risen to the top of the totem pole, so to speak, in the especially this time of year. They still same type of team, rough, plays great defense, wears you down. They can get a big bucket when they need to.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, Houston's definitely dangerous. I can see them beating almost anybody at any point in whatever bracket they're in.
Quadfather says no respect for St. John's. I see how it is. I don't know, man.
St. John's was going to be my second team.
I just don't know how to take a team that's led by a coach who's 714 years old.
Yeah, he's a vampire. A vampire making it this far in the tournament, making it that far in the tournament would be historic, right, B? Yeah, because he's every time you think he's in the dirt, I'm back. Nosferatu. Shout out.
Yeah.
He's only 72.
Yeah, that's what B said. He said 70. How much? How old?
712. Yeah, 712.
Yeah, about the same. Not too far off.
Hey, we got a super chat from Claude. He talking crazy to me, man.
Claude
no,
Bishop.
He's nice. He says, I've told you guys many times that Big G is wrong about 75% of the time.
I'm not
just
wrong
likes hearing his self-talk.
Absolutely not. I'm not wrong 75% of the time, and I don't like to hear myself talk.
Wait. Which part of that is wrong? You're
wait,
not wrong.
I'll say this, Big G. We were just watching. That's why we were a little late. We were watching the end of the Carolina Duke game, and I'm not digging watching the game with you, man. All you was doing was talking during the whole end of that game.
Hold on. Oh, Big G. I'm gonna let you pick one. You pick one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one you want?
3.
3. It's this one. That's cap.
It's a cap, regardless.
It's a cap. It's a cap, regardless. This is a cap.
I see y'all don't. I mean, I promise you, I'm very introverted. Very introverted. When I'm not around, when I'm working or at home with my family, or like I podcast, but in my personal life, no. B, you saw that. I didn't like being up around a whole lot of people and all whatever else. I sat by myself for hours, didn't talk to nobody.
If I would have turned the microphone on, it would have changed, though, huh?
But
well, yeah, it's
the introverts. When they're comfortable, they don't shut up. That's the whole thing they do. And I just want to go back to what Claude said. He said 2 things. BG is wrong about 75% of the time.
That's not fact.
He just likes to hear himself talk. Which one of those is cap, though? Because one of those I think is it can't be. Both of them can't be lies.
Yeah, they both cap. That's Claude. See, y'all don't understand. Claude feels good when he attacks, especially me, because what y'all don't know is every channel I'm on, every show I'm on, Claude talks crazy to me, and he pays to talk crazy to me. So that's what you call an extreme extrovert. Right, so he loves it, and he gets his fix. That's why we put him in the Matrix all the time.
Yeah, Quad Father got it right. He said Big G is wrong 50%, perfect of the time, but at least he shoots his shot. Is what he means to say.
Buckshot approach. That was what you're saying, B?
That's it. Buckshot.
You're gonna hit something. You're just gonna keep firing. That's all right. All right.
Hey, Pay, you weren't talking back to G during the end of the Carolina game. How come you didn't engage with
headphones off? I took my headphones off. G was a little.
We was talking back and forth to each other the whole time.
We were talking. It was just us two in backstage. We were talking, and then when it got close, it got to that tense moment. I took my headphones off because G was a little ahead of me. I said, I don't need him ruin this for me. I gotta see it for myself. I don't want you to say, oh, he missed the free throw and I ain't seen it yet. That'd have been bad.
I can't help it that my feed is in front of yours. I can't help that. I mean,
yeah, you're right. You can't help that, but you can't help
that. I just assume we all could be on different feeds. So I didn't say one thing during the whole thing, and I think I may have been even ahead of you, Big G.
You might have been. You might have been.
Well, listening to you talk, I think I was.
Yeah, you might have been. I agree.
Yeah, these hotel fees, they're a little slow sometimes, but it's all right. I love Marriott. No bad words for them. All right, good information about March Madness. I hope you all took some of that in.
Hey, read that chat, man. Read. It's not a super chat, but read what Mr. Woodside said.
Mr. Woodside, Claude is paying to trash G every day, all day. It's a special relationship. I agree.
It is. It's special. It's special.
It is.
Emphasis on special. So I hope you all took some of that information about March Madness. Do what you will with it and make some money. You might find a little sleeper in there. Put it to good use right now. But all right, let's pivot to something that's a little more worldly.
Wait. Pay, can I ask you a question about the bracket though? Before seriously, there's so Elon Musk said that if somebody picks a perfect bracket, he's gonna give them a free space trip.
Wait,
or you can win 200. Yeah, Elon Musk said today that if you get a perfect bracket, he's either going to give you a free space trip or he's going to give you $250,000. Which one you doing?
So Elon Musk, the guy who's quote unquote in charge of cutting out irresponsible spending, is giving someone a trip to the outer crust of the planet just for picking college basketball games.
Yep. Or $250K.
Sounds very responsible.
Run me my $250. I can go to space myself.
That's what I'm talking about, Tate Boy Fresh.
I don't know about.
Give me my bread.
Unless
Give
you
me my
talking about getting high.
money.
You
Let's talk about
cannot.
getting high. I
It's
don't
not
know.
enough
Man.
money.
Now, I'll take
I
either
want my
one because one of them is a once in a lifetime type thing that you can count. You know, you can count on what a few sets of hands. How many people's been to outer space?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, $250K. I mean, that's great. That's life changing money for a lot of people. But I don't know. I might want to do that space thing. I mean, it's
more useful. It's more useful, more practical, more useful.
That's facts.
You are right. I can buy a lot of eggs with $250,000.
That's right.
You might get a couple dozen. You might get a couple dozen right now.
Yeah, not as much as I used to be able to buy, but still. But the story you can have, say, hey, you know, I went to space one time. That's a great conversation starter right there.
See, your motivation, it's sinister, dog. It's sinister.
It is.
I understand.
Pay gonna go to space just to go to space.
That's what I'm saying. It's some sinisterness in there. It's a lot going on behind the scenes that people don't understand. It's a lot, man.
Yeah, you see
Warren Buffett one time offered $1 billion for a perfect bracket with a B.
$1 billion.
Now, yeah. Or you can pick $1 billion or you get $1 million for life.
Every year for life.
Yep. So what's Elon Musk doing?
Lowballing it.
It's 250,000, or I could risk my life in one of his spaceships that blowing up. No, thank you.
I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that, bro. Run me my money.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, run me my brick.
I wouldn't even take a car. His cars are blowing up.
Yeah, I forgot about it. You make a good point, B. I'd rather take the cash.
Yeah. Mr. Woodside said a perfect bracket can't be done. I don't know.
It's been done before, hasn't it? Somebody's got a perfect bracket before. Never?
No.
It's never been done in the history of basketball?
Not in any of the logged brackets, no.
No.
Wow.
So there's a better odd of hitting the lottery, the Powerball, than it is to hit a bracket.
So far.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna ask ChatGPT or one of the other AI robots to just make you, I guess, 4 million different brackets with different, possibilities. You might have one free one. You might have one good one in there. Actually, 4 million might not be enough. We got another super chat from my boy Claude Bishop. Big G, I do agree with you on the Steelers should have kept Justin Fields because he was the best free agent left. Musk rockets are blowing up.
See, facts. I've been having this issue, and it's not just with Steelers, and it's not just with the Justin Fields thing. It's with a lot of different free agents. If it's not a restricted free agent, you don't keep him. You didn't get to keep Justin. You had to go get Justin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the difference is. You're basically courting that person all over again.
Well, I mean, what you still do in football, there's that point, there's that period where you have that right of first refusal, right? But I agree.
He didn't have that. He was an unrestricted free agent.
He was unrestricted, but the ball clause says they should have kept him. They should have paid him the money the Jets did. That's all it means. Justin Fields should have been the guy they got.
But don't you think he felt slighted? I think it would have taken more money than the Jets paid him.
No, I think it's all about the money.
$20 million and a lot of money. I think he's the cheapest starting quarterback. And there's no reason you should believe as of right now that he will be the starting quarterback come September. So just keep that in mind.
They guaranteed Justin Fields 30 of the 40. Pittsburgh was guaranteeing 20 of 30.
And they guaranteed the starting quarterback job.
They
guaranteed it. They guaranteed it.
You see, well, me being a Bears fan, I've seen this before. I've seen you spend a lot of money, quote unquote, a lot of money on a quarterback in the free agency. You send out the tweets, quarterback one, and then you go ahead and then you trade up for a quarterback in the draft, Justin Fields. I've seen it happen before. $20 million is not a lot of money for
$30 million. It's 30.
Well, no, he's getting paid 20 a year.
30 guaranteed though.
Right.
Yeah.
He's getting paid $20 million a year. It's not a lot. That's not a lot. That is the cheapest starting quarterback contract in the league right now. That is not. That's
right now. It is. Yeah.
So to the point I'm making is that you should not.
Yeah,
you should not
Mason may be.
I forgot Mason did just get signed. I think he's going 8
for 4 years. 4 years.
Yeah, he might not. If he ends up being the starter, which
if he is, yeah, that's not the plan, but he could be.
If the Steelers mess around and make Mason the starter on that type of contract, I'm gonna just say cheap. Every time you ask me Steelers question, cheap. They go for the cheap one every time.
Yeah.
But but at 20 million, don't believe that he's a lock to be the starter. I mean, that's not that much money. They can go get a quarterback, a rookie quarterback, and say, hey, y'all got to battle it out.
Nah. They're not going to use the number 7 pick on a rookie. And the Jets actually have a lot of draft capital. And the Jets can get a lot better real fast.
As they should. It's garbage.
Real fast.
2 seasons. They should have a lot of
you ain't got no reason to call nobody garbage ever.
I can yes, I can.
Ever.
I know garbage very well, and I seen it. I told you all there was going to be garbage in East Rutherford, and there's garbage in East Rutherford.
Yeah, I think Big G picked the Jets last year, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. Told you there's going to be trash.
Yeah, I did, and messed around and took Garrett. I took Breece Hall with my 3rd overall pick in fantasy football. Messed around and took Breece Hall.
This will be the year to get him now.
Messed around and took him, man.
This will be the year to get him.
Not with a number 3 overall pick. Even with a lot of hype behind him last year, but nah. Not number 3. Maybe
I'm never taking a Jet again.
Running backs in a Justin Fields offense.
They can eat, yeah, but not my first round pick.
Facts, Tate. Never again. They got me once. They're not getting me twice. Shame on me.
Shame on you. All right, man. Let's swing the conversation to a more worldly sport. And when I say worldly, I mean the great national pastime of America that we've somehow exported to the Far East. Major League Baseball is kicking off their season this year they did it last year in Seoul, Korea. This year it's in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Ohtani is on the market. He's on, as I've heard, he's on every billboard over there in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. This 2-game opening series with the Cubs is presented by Guggenheim. If you know who Guggenheim is, that's the brokerage that owns the Dodgers. So they're making money front and back on this little 2-game series. So it begs the question to me, and as you already see with the graphic right here, the Cubs have a few Japanese stars themselves, and the Dodgers have Ohtani as everybody already knows, and their opening day starter, I believe, is the I forget his name. He's also Japanese. So the Major League Baseball is doing their damnness to put the game on display for their second biggest market, which is Japan and Far East. But it got me to thinking, has there ever been a face of a league, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, NHL, right? Ever been a face of the league that wasn't, let's say, homegrown? Because Shohei is definitely the face of Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the first name you come to mind is NHL, but when I say homegrown, because you got Gretzky and some others. When I say homegrown, Canadian. Right.
Ovechkin.
North American.
Yeah, but you would think NHL is a game that comes from Canada, right? So it kind of skews both ways in that sense.
So an American game.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, so people say LeBron is the face of the NBA right now.
Oh, he definitely is. He's been the face of the league since
2010, 11.
Yeah.
I'll go earlier than that. I think he took it from Kobe in 05, 06.
Oh no, he was still a little homie in the Bron Kobe commercial with the little puppets. He was still a little homie.
So
That
at
was
no
like
time,
07, 08.
at no time, Joker or Giannis took it. At no time.
No, they could be the
Nah,
best
because
players in the
Bron's
game.
still in the league. Bron and Steph, they could get it, but Bron and Steph still in the league.
Mm-hmm. See, face of the league doesn't necessarily mean best player. It means most marketable. The guy, you know, when you have these league-wide advertising things, like, the NBA has their deals with what was it, T-Mobile and some of the other ones, and they have a bunch of their players in there. You always see the same people, right? And no matter what deal it is, LeBron's gonna be involved, right? Every time you talk NBA, LeBron's in that conversation somewhere. And you go to the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. How many Pat Mahomes commercials are there? All of them. You watch a Chiefs game. At no point of the TV is Pat Mahomes not somewhere on TV, right? To me, that's the face. Now, it just happens to be that Pat Mahomes is probably the best player in the NFL. He happens to be the face in the NFL as well. But I don't think it necessarily has to. They don't have to be. They don't have to coincide. So no, I don't think Joker is the face or Giannis. They're just better right now. But I find it to be very curious that Ohtani is the face of the MLB flat out, and at no other point an American could take over that spot in America's pastime.
So who was the face of the league when Big Papi was playing? Jeter?
I would think so.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Yankee, it makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, he might be the first one. In an American homegrown sport, if you didn't say Big Papi was that guy. But a lot of folks love Big Papi, bro. The Dominican Republic, hell, what percentage of Major League Baseball is Dominican Republic?
I think I don't want to spitball, but I know it's in the over 20%.
Yeah. A lot from the Dominican Republic is playing in Major League Baseball. Hey, we got another super chat from Claude, bro.
Claude Bishop with the triple time. How do you guys feel about Mason starting? How do you feel about Mason starting week 1? I'm assuming this is Mason Rudolph, the $8 million quarterback of the Steelers.
Tate, what you think?
Is there a prop bet on this? Can I get Mason week 1 props?
I'd be okay with it, man. I mean, at this point, man, I can see Rodgers being decent, but he's too much money. I'd rather bring Russ back or let Mason start and draft a really good rookie. I could roll with Jackson Dart late in the first. I mean, I think Mason was playing good ball when he left Pittsburgh last year at the end of the season. Even got a couple touchdowns in the playoff game. I think if they have a good line, good pieces around him, he's solid. He's not great. He's not going to go out and throw for 325 and 3 touchdowns every game, but he can win a game with a solid defense, not turn it over, and hitting some of those weapons when he needs to. I mean, so I'd be okay with it for 1 year.
Yeah.
I like that was very good logical analysis and take. Unfortunately, I think the opinions that matter more than yours are not as logical, and that's DK and GP. Those two guys having Mason Rudolph as the quarterback, and I see problems in the horizon with that. I don't think that he's going to garner the respect of two very emotional players that always want the ball. It just my gut take on it.
Have they decided who's wearing 14?
Yeah, DK is wearing 4.
Yeah, DK went to 4. Yeah, GP kept 14. Well, people keep thinking GP is going to get traded. I'm telling you, he's not. They're not. The only way GP gets traded out of Pittsburgh is if they offer a first round, which nobody's doing that. But they're going to hold on to GP.
Third round, right?
Matter of fact, I'll tell you this much: they'll probably franchise him. If they can't work it out, they'll franchise him.
If he plays good next year, but he could have attitude. You don't know what direction he's gonna go.
That's right.
Next year is going to be a $30 million tag for a wide receiver. You are not going to pay him $30 million.
No, we can go ahead and say this right here on the homies. You've heard it here first. This is George Pickens' last season with the Steelers.
Yeah. I told you ain't gonna sucker me in no more bets for them jokers. They got to prove it to me. Yeah. Hey,
good job.
It was receipt on
your opinion. Hey,
straight.
Hey. I feel you, but I think I wouldn't be shocked if they did franchising.
You saw him. He reached for his gun for a quick second. Said, nope.
Mm-hmm.
Sat back in his chair.
Yep.
It's just to come back to baseball. It's odd to me that they even with Aaron Judge breaking all those home run records, he still couldn't overtake Ohtani or major face in the league. You were a Yankee at that. Yankee hitting home runs. I thought chicks dig the long ball.
Come on, Tate. No Diddy, no doubt.
What happened? Who said something?
No Diddy.
You got to chill.
You was asking for that one, Pay. Even if it wasn't bad, you was asking for it. So you got it.
Long ball.
The home runs.
I thought Cheeks dig the guys that hit the home runs.
Yeah,
if he could have got it if he said, the guy with the big stick. That's when you hit him with the no Diddy.
So little history. What did they call love making back in the 50s and the 60s?
I wasn't here, so I don't
Whoopee.
know.
They called it balling. That was in all the songs. When you listen to all the old R&B songs, all the old R&B hits, they call it balling. We were balling.
Isn't that crying?
Google it. If you don't believe me, I'm telling you, they called it balling.
Google wasn't here either. They don't know.
Okay. I'm telling you, they call it balling.
Can you take our first break, Pay? First and only break.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get a break in. We're gonna look up this definition of smacking guts from the 50s and 60s, so you can put G in a corner. If you're watching live, just stay tuned. Audio, check out some of our messages from our advertising partners. We'll be right back on the other side of this break. All right, G. Homework. Did you look up the definition? That's a fine because I see you talking with the mic on, but you're on mic. You're on mute. So that's a fine. So let's go ahead and let's talk about RIP. The NBA community did lose someone who would be an answer to a trivia question. One of the guys traded for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He lost his life this week. I'm blanking on his name right now. Give me 1 second.
Junior Bridgeman.
Junior Bridgeman. Yeah, I wanted to say Junior Cashman. Junior Bridgeman. Answer to a trivia question. One of the guys traded for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You might not know him. You might not have seen his basketball card. You might not even know his NBA reference page, but you know him as a businessman.
Speak for yourself. I watched him play ball. I remember.
Well, again, I wasn't here, so NBA was on tape.
Big G, you remember Junior Bridgeman?
Oh yeah. Louisville Cardinal, Junior Bridgeman, Louisville Cardinal, played with Dr. Duncanstein, Daryl Griffin over there in Louisville, was on that squad. Junior Bridgeman.
Junior Bridgeman, RIP to you, sir. You are a baller. And to honor him in his next stage of his I don't think we ever leave anywhere, but his next stage of existence. Let's talk about RIP Oliver Miller too. Now him I do.
Yeah.
The big next stage
of his next stage.
Razorback. Suey.
All right, calm down. let's talk about let's honor Junior Bridgeman in the next stage of existence. Let's talk about some of the best off the court careers, off the field careers ever. And when I say off the court, I'm basically talking about who did it, who have success in their other careers. And let's do this top 5 style. Caveat, don't say Jordan. Who's got their top 5 list ready?
I do.
Let's go, Suge.
I'm going to say Junior Bridgeman is the best of all time. He only made $3 million in his basketball playing career. $3 million. Mm-hmm. When he died earlier this week, he left. He had a net worth of $1.5 billion. Mm-hmm. He got involved in all types of business and investments and stuff. He owned over 400 Wendy's franchises, among many other things. Mm-hmm. He was instrumental in Shaq getting to where he's at. Shaq gave him a big shout out, as far as teaching him, training him up, coaching him how to conduct himself after basketball. So his legacy lives on not only through his businesses and his earnings and things he put his hands on in the business sense, but also to others that he put knowledge into that are taking and doing the same thing. So Junior Bridgeman is my number one. In no particular order for the rest of the guys. You said no Jordan. I had Jordan in my top 5, but that's easy. I'll just take Jordan out of my top 5 and put Shaq in there. I got Magic in there. I got David Beckham in there. And my not number 5, but the 5th person I'll say have to go back. I said taking Jordan out. And now I got Shaq. Oh, did I say Magic Johnson already?
You did.
Magic.
Come on, this is easy. Come on.
I got Tom Brady. That's who I had. Tom Brady.
Okay. All right. TB12. Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. Hail to Victor. Psych. Let's go over to Columbus. Big G. Top 5 best athlete, businessmen or women that you think.
I definitely got Junior Bridgeman number 1. Definitely. I mean, it's not even close. Maybe Magic gets close, maybe. But not, and over his lifetime.
Magic signed a $100 million contract, Big G.
Yeah.
When it was unheard of. Junior Bridgeman made $3 million in his career.
Magic signed a $25 million contract.
Yeah, 25-year, $25 million contract.
Million a year. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's right. Which was unheard of back then still.
Yeah. Yeah, Magic. Arnold Palmer. I mean, Arnold Palmer's done made big bread.
Yeah.
Big bread. Jack Nicklaus done made big bread. When you start talking about the Augustus tournament that goes on with the golf down there and like all the different things he's tied into with the business, and Jack Nicklaus was done in Columbus, Ohio with Murfield. Yeah, bro. Them dudes is making money. And my other dude is Mark Messier, bro. Messier done made bread too. Messier done made a lot of money away from what his professional sport.
Mm-hmm.
I think, when you start looking at a global perspective, I still got to give it to Junior Bridgeman, man. But Jack Nicholson and what you call Arnold Palmer, bro, they make. They're both
in the top 20. They're both in the top 20. So you're right, Big G.
Yeah. The drink's called Arnold Palmer. You can go to the store and buy one, a half and half. And it's got Arnold Palmer's name on it. Half lemonade, half tea, and his picture and his name is on it. So yeah, they make bread. They done made bread, bro.
You're right. B, me and you love talking money, man. Let's talk shop.
Let's do it.
Where's your top 5 list? And do you have anybody that do you have a disagreement with Junior Bridgeman being the number 1?
Not only do I not have a disagreement with it, I named this the Junior Bridgeman list of athletes successful after play. So he's not even in my top 5. He is the name of the list. I think he did it that well compared to what he did on the court. As far as money made and what he did as a businessman, I think he was that much better off. I have OLI. I'm going to give a shout out here, OLI, for John Madden.
Oh,
yeah. He was one. Yeah, he was. He was one.
Just not only for, a decorated career as an analyst, the gaming aspect of it, the first person to really get into that, I give him one. Another OLI, same thing. Gaming wise, Tony Hawk. Now
you're looking on my paper. You're looking on
now,
my paper.
Asterisk though, if you're telling me I can't put Michael Jordan in there because it was during his playing years, asterisk, that's the reason why I left Tony Hawk OLI. Because a lot of that while he was still pro and still winning tournaments and whatnot. My last OLI and my most fascinating one, Tim Horton played in the NHL for 24 years. Died in 1974, tragically, in a car accident. At that time, he had 40 Tim Horton stores. He never got to see the fruits of his labors, and now there are over 4,800 Tim Horton stores in over 12 countries. So Tim Horton is OLI as well because of that. He didn't really get to see it. Number 5, Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach got into
paper.
What's that?
You're on my paper. Stop
So,
cheating.
Hey man, can I just say next time can we all add OLIs because me and G just stopped at 5.
Correct. And if you would have mentioned one of the ones that I've mentioned, I wouldn't have mentioned them. That's how that worked. So Roger Staubach sold his commercial real estate company for over $600 million. And that was years ago. So I'm going to put him at 5. 4, for the same reasons Big G said, Arnold Palmer. Fun fact, his estate still making money hand over fist. If you're familiar with the company Liquid Death, they used to have a drink called Armless Palmer. And they now have changed that because of a cease and desist to Dead Billionaire, to let you know what Arnold Palmer was about. And right here outside of Pittsburgh, man, you know, I mean, go over to Latrobe, see the airport he built. Number 3, I put Shaq. Well documented, a lot of different, got his hands in a lot of different businesses. I put this guy in front of him because I think he was really the first one I remember putting his name on something sold like in regular stores or whatever that was a big athlete, and that's George Foreman with the George Foreman grill. And number 1, and not only because of the prowess of what he's built, but how he's built it, the communities he's went into to rebuild and build it and invest in. Magic Johnson.
Yep.
I got him at number 1.
Yeah.
Hey,
so
when you get a chance, Claude, put something up. But go ahead and do your list. Claude, put something else up
before
there.
I get to my list, Claude Bishop with the 4-timer. You got to name him Quad Daddy now. Got to call him Quad Daddy.
Never.
How do you feel about Le'Veon Bell getting sued?
Quad governor.
I did not know Le'Veon was getting sued.
He did. He got sued by his cousin. Supposedly raped his cousin or something.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for some more facts to come out about that situation before we talk about it.
I thought it was something he did on the campaign trail that got him sued.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, if you remember, he was out there campaigning hard this past November. But you know, if that ain't the reason he got sued, I'm not aware of it, so I'm not going to say much more onto that reason. But it's the situation. All right.
If the allegations are true, let's just say it's weird. If it's true, I don't know any facts of the case. I saw it out there. I don't know if it's actually been made. You know, that's been filed in court. Actually, I don't know, but I've heard some of the same stuff.
Well, you know, we shall see. You'll get your day in court, and we'll see what goes after that. So, to awkwardly segue.
Oh wow, I'm sweating a little bit.
Awkwardly segueing back to my list. I have 3 OLIs. I'm not going to, drag it out like B, but he named a bunch of them. Tony Hawk.
I have 3 as well.
Oh, okay. I have Tony Hawk as an OLI, outside looking in for those who are uninitiated. Roger Staubach, well, everything B said, and Jordan Palmer. I did say a couple of times already, I wasn't here for this.
Arnold Palmer or Jordan Palmer?
Jordan Palmer.
Carson Palmer's
brother?
No. Am I saying his name right? Jordan Palmer, the quarterback. I mean, not the quarterback, the relief pitcher. No, he's a starting pitcher. Jordan Palmer.
Jack Palmer. Is it Jack Palmer? Jim Palmer. Jim Palmer.
Jim Palmer.
Yeah.
I would say Jim Palmer. See, I wasn't here for his career. So I only knew him as a pitch man and for a bunch of companies that he owned. That's how I came around on him. Pause. But I didn't know anything. I didn't know he was a baseball player whatsoever.
Yeah, he was from Baltimore Orioles. He was a great pitcher.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Even better, you know, my grandmama loved him, and I think I know why. He was not a bad looking guy. But anyway, number 5 on my list, I have George Foreman. George Foreman
was on top 22. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
George Foreman said he was making $10 million a month off them grills. I personally bought 4 of them.
Me too.
He was killing them. He was killing them.
Yes, he was.
You might pull mine out. I got Paul's.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You might let me go find my George Foreman grill down in storage and pull it out. And damn it.
Go ahead, man. Stop yourself. Put yourself in the no Diddy. What is you doing?
You were all right. The second one was okay. The grill
Diddy. You got to chill.
That's
go ahead, Pam. I'm sorry.
I had a lot of George Foreman
close enough
today before I learned how to cook, grill, and all that stuff. George Foreman kept me alive in my early adult years. And I didn't take good care of them. That's why I have 4. I would scratch them up and all that stuff. I had to get another one. But in any case, but George Foreman, I only know from one fight. That fight with Ali, and then he was selling grills. Next thing I know, they said he was a mean guy, but he looked pretty happy selling grills.
You don't remember when he knocked out Riddick Bowe?
I didn't see it. I wasn't here for it.
That was 95, 94.
Not for me. I just knew him as the.
He was 47 years old and knocked out the heavyweight champion of the world.
Wasn't Tyson. Number 4, I got Junior Bridgeman, and the reason why the reason why he's on my list is because he went from, I think the most money he ever made in any given year, which is still a lot of money at that point back then, was about 380 some odd thousand.
I think he had a 12 or 13 year career. His career earnings was $3 million, so you're probably somewhere right.
Yeah, and to be able to flip that and into a $1 billion estate. Awesome.
1.5,
$1.5 billion estate. Shout out to him as well. Serena Williams is my number 3.
She was in top 22.
Yeah, he's my number 3. And the reason why, she has a investment firm that gives opportunities to diverse founders. So she's not only getting money, she's helping other people get money. And that investment firm has a $12 billion market cap. Big stuff. Also being a joint owner of the Dolphins and another WNBA team and something like that. What up, Tate?
No, I think it's something to be said too. Considering where she's from, how she grew up. Yes, we're like 4 or 5 brothers and sisters in the house and in Compton, gangs all around, all that kind of stuff. I think it's something to a little asterisk by it and star by it because of her humble beginnings and where she's at now.
Yeah, that's exactly the theme I got going here. Junior Bridgeman, he didn't have the type of trampoline that some of the other later athletes had, and Serena Williams had, like you said, humble beginnings and built onto that to be great in more than one area. Number 2, Magic. You all know the story. Magic had a 25-year contract for $1 million a year. Career cut short by his sickness, but that didn't let him stop him. He's got movie theaters out the wahoo. He owns a piece of the Dodgers. He owns a piece of the Commanders. He's just, everything he touched turns to gold.
That's true.
Yeah, he's Starbucks.
I used to, when I first moved here 20 years ago, it was a Magic Johnson Starbucks down the street. heard 20 years ago. I heard about Starbucks. I knew about it. Never went to Starbucks, but because it was Magic Johnson and it was in Southeast DC, right by the Eastern Market Metro, which is about 6 blocks from Capitol Hill, I would walk over there couple 2-3 times a week and just sit down and just enjoy the atmosphere, and know it was Magic Johnson. Being growing up in Lima, Ohio, there was nothing like that. Then I'd even on Friday nights go to his movie theater in Largo, Maryland, jump on the Metro, Magic Johnson Theater, get to see all the movies. And I was going only because those were Magic Johnson establishments. So yeah, shout out to Magic. I'm sorry, Pay. I just had to interject those Magic facts like you say his name.
There was a notable omission from my list that you all, I think 2 of you all had that didn't make my list. I'll talk about them in a second. But there's also a very notable omission from all of you all list that I have at number 1. And that's the GOAT, LeBron James. LeBron James, he's again come from humble beginnings. And he was the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first active athlete to acquire $1 billion in value, right? He has net worth. That's right. Spring Hill Entertainment, Uninterrupted, Blaze Pizzas, everything else, the schools. You talk about everything you touch turn to gold. Like, come on, LeBron can't miss. You
didn't even mention Clutch. That got to be one of his top businesses.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, it technically is not supposed to be. I mean,
So
we all think.
I was going like post career. That's how I thought of the list when you were talking.
I said off court, but you can do this post career.
I did too. I left LeBron out like you said. Lee Jordan out. Of course you thought that, but I just left him out. So it wasn't an omission. It was a leave out intentionally.
Yeah. Did y'all know that one of LeBron's businesses' name is the project that he came out of? LeBron James came from Spring Hill Projects in Akron.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Spring Hill Projects, where he come from.
The player I omitted was Shaq. Only reason I omitted Shaq was, and he's got a good business sense himself, but I just think Shaq's more just an investor. He's a silent partner. Not to say that Magic isn't the same, but I just think Magic does his, and it's way more successful. But no shade to Shaq. But some great lists, guys.
But listen, as far as Shaq is concerned, if you want to say who's really looking out for people, it's Shaq. Because Shaq could have went like all in on making his shoes super expensive and all whatever else. And he tried to make stuff affordable for people. And like with most of his business requirements, he's trying to make it good for the common person because he's like, I got enough money to do whatever I want to do for the rest of my life. I mean, even like now with the whole Papa John's thing he did, and now with don't he own not BW3s, but Wing Stops and all whatever else. He's trying to make sure it's okay for people, bro. And Snickers is sold at Walmart,
The General Insurance. That's a real affordable insurance company for auto insurance.
I don't know anybody that has general insurance. I would like to meet somebody who has general insurance.
Well, they obviously have it. It's out there. I don't have it, but I mean it's a thing and it's affordable for people. So to just piggyback off what Big G is saying, that Shaq gets in markets for the more underprivileged to try and cater to them.
Yeah. I would like to meet someone who has general insurance. I would also like to meet someone who actually had Eagle Man insurance back in the day or today. If you don't know what Eagle Man is, you got to Google that commercial. Eagle Man Insurance, Chicago-based insurance. It would not be a waste of time. You go YouTube that commercial. It's one of the greatest commercials you will ever see in your life.
I'll call you from the gig on Monday with somebody on that's got the what you call it insurance. I'll call you Monday. Yeah, I'll call you on Monday.
One of Shaq's biggest investments hits was the Ring doorbell.
Yeah,
that.
He hit a big home run with that.
That's facts. That's total facts.
See, it just goes to show, man. If you got money, you can be in conversations where more the money is made. Man,
I mean, think about it. If you have 250, realistically, if you have 250 million plus, what are you going to do with it? I mean, in all reality, once you get so many houses and cars and whatever else, what you going to do with 100 million?
So here's the thing. This, like, rewinding when we were talking about contracts and things of that nature. It's the contracts like the Josh Allen contract. What's the difference between 235, 255, 265?
Yeah.
As far as generational wealth and wealth that can make wealth for years,
Yeah,
you're there. The Justin Fields, the difference between 30 and 40 is a big difference.
that's facts.
As far as trying to build wealth.
That's facts. That's big facts, B-Dirt. That's a good.
Hey, I agree, B-Dirt. Can I ask you guys a question? 2 guys on the list. I didn't really look into them. Maybe you guys know a little bit. Were 2 really famous Houston, Texas athletes, Akeem Olajuwon and Nolan Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Akeem, I mean, he came from Africa. You know, y'all ever heard the story about? But y'all ever heard the story about how Kareem got from Africa to the United States? Like he wasn't. They was taking a whim. Like they didn't know that he was going to turn into what he turned into, right? And he actually went for a tryout with the University of Houston. It wasn't like they gave him a scholarship, right? So this boy was over there doing stuff different. He was a great soccer player, and he was very agile and all whatever else. But so for him to come, and he didn't come from money. It was very poor in Africa where he came from. And for him to
Nigeria.
come from there, so he was super poor. He was super poor. So for look it up. I watched this documentary.
He's laughing how you said it, Big G. He was super poor.
That boy was super. You talking about Serena being super poor? That dude might have not had no shoes for a minute. Like he came from a location where it was dirtball bad, bro. It was dirtball
bad. Apologies to all my knee-highs out there that may take offense to what Big G said.
That's not offensive. It was poor where he
I said may take offense. May take offense. I don't know what's offensive to the next person, but apologies to my knee-high.
Most of Nolan Ryan's like career earnings are still based off of around baseball. Even his post-baseball career, it's it's a sports entertainment company. It's his endorsements. It's his the Texas Rangers had him as a like a special assistant or special consultant for a long time. So most of his stuff is somewhere between what I'm seeing is $80 to $100 million. It's still mostly involved around him being Nolan Ryan and having a big high leg kick and throwing heat. You know,
right, okay.
He's written a bunch of books, most of them about his career, most of them about his training and what to do for, baseball.
Right.
I'm really hoping. Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, I'm really hoping Pace froze and his face didn't stick like that. That was a little scary.
Yeah, it's good stuff to know about Nolan Ryan because I saw him on the list and I couldn't read about everybody, so I read about the guys I were picking and a couple others that of interest. But so never really any. He took his name and his NIL, took his name, image, and likeness, and turned it into something. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he's got Nolan Ryan's Pitcher's Bible is one of his books. I remember seeing that. Kind of like
our boy Doyle Brunson, huh?
Oh, Doyle Brunson.
Yeah. We could have thought of him too.
Yeah, the Bible. He definitely didn't make. I mean, he wasn't in the stratosphere of the guys we were talking about. I mean,
right, that's true.
One of the lower guys. I mean, Shaq, I put him at 3, but he's below as far as career earnings. I just like the way he did it a little bit more. That's why I bumped him up. But I mean, Arnold Palmer's estate's worth more money. You know, I mean, $500 million for Shaq, not something to sneeze at. But when you start signing B's, on there instead of M's, whew.
Yeah, as soon as LeBron retires, it's over. Like Junior Bridgeman's in big trouble.
Well, you know who's going to catch up to this list real quick? Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning is, he's in the top 20 already.
Peyton Manning's going to catch the top 5 list quick.
Yeah, he will. And as far as LeBron goes, see, That's why Junior Bridgeman at the top, like B Dirt named the list after him, because he only made $3 million in earnings. I mean, so
right.
if you take career earnings and extrapolate it out to what you finish with at the end of your whole life, $3 million to 1.5. I bet nobody has more than that.
There was more hustle in what he did than the rest of the group. The rest of the group was moving assets and using assets, to their advantage and whatever. He was hustling.
Right.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wendy's, he was killing it with the Wendy's, boy. He was
and Arnold Palmer, honestly, was hustling.
Yeah, quietly.
He would be the next one, I think, that what he ended up being worth or his estate's worth versus what he made on the golf course is going to be drastically different.
Yeah.
I bet you he made more designing golf courses than he made playing on them.
Oh, I agree. He made a killing between what he did in Columbus and helped with Jack Nicholson and down there in Augusta. Oh, my God. He took it to a whole nother level right there. I mean, they don't play golf unless you play the Masters. The golf ain't played unless you play the Masters, man. The Masters.
Well, and while you talking about golf, Tiger Woods got hurt. I believe he was his Achilles. Yeah. So he's out, but we may never see Tiger Woods compete really, truly competitively again. But I think we'll always see him and root for him when he goes to Augusta every year, because that's once you win that, you get a lifetime invite. So we'll see him there if we don't see him nowhere else.
Just hold tight. Little Woods is on the way. Little Woods is a beast. He's a beast, man. He's a beast. So yeah, he's on the way, and you'll see. And when you watch him play, you'll see Tiger. Because
I've seen him play as a young person. So I mean, where he's at now, amateur and pro-am and stuff like that with his dad. So Can I just chime in? I'll let B Dirt wrap everything up. Cleveland Cavaliers are really good, man. They just won their 16th game straight, beat the Memphis Grizzlies 133-124. No Donovan Mitchell played tonight.
Shabby.
Yeah, Cavs gonna be hard to beat. They're gonna be hard to beat.
Not too shabby.
Hey,
is Pay coming back in?
I don't know.
He ain't back yet. That's why I'm saying we at the hour mark. You just go ahead and finish up, B Dirt.
All right, man. Well, I don't know what else to say about Pay's list. We talked about some of Pay's favorite things.
Oh, he finished his list. He said LeBron was number one.
I know, but I'm just saying we talked about some of Pay's favorite things. We talked about the Cubs. We talked about basketball, and we talked about money a whole lot. It's up there. It's up there on his list of things. So good job by Pay. Great job, Tate, on the original homies of Trolling Big G. That was fun. Enjoyed that. But once again, we appreciate all you guys in the chat rocking with us. Everybody that super chatted us. Claude Bishop, thank you. Mm-hmm. All those guys rocking with us, Mr. Woodside, Afton earlier today, Gavin Anthony, who we got over here? Phoenix 5-5. We got the usual suspect, the Quad Father, so on and so forth. You guys like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. You make it possible for us to do what we like to do, which is get on here, bump gums, just talk smack. It is what it is. Any closing comments before we wrap it up, Tate or Big G?
No, man. Thanks again, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tate.
You guys doing tomorrow, man. You guys watching some of the tournament basketball, or like I know the Big East usually plays this championship tournament on Saturday night, like the Lone Ranger on Saturday night championship tournament. I expect St. John's won tonight there, and you know who else is in it?
I'm not even going to front, man. I'm going to be working on the house.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be finishing some wedding things.
We're supposed to have severe weather this way, man. This severe weather is supposed to be this way. So.
I heard that, Big G.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you too, B Dirt. I was in the wedding mode last week. You were at least working on your own. I was finishing up stuff just to attend. My niece had a beautiful wedding. Shout out to her and her new husband, Mr. and Miss Dwyer. They're in, I believe, Jamaica right now for their honeymoon.
Yeah, button up some little souvenir type things and some things we needed for the last minute, kind of put the finishing touches on everything and ship it down to South Carolina. So we got to take care of all that. And as usual, I mean, per my friends being my friends, less than half the invitations have come back, and we're about a month out.
Did you get mine back?
Yep, you're good.
Thank you. See, I'm about that business, man.
You're good.
Thanks, honey.
I got. No, I know they probably think they don't need to do it, but I got 2 groomsmen that haven't even checked. It doesn't. We know they're coming, but it asks you if you have a +1 and their name, because there's going to be some personalized stuff. Can't get it. Can't pull it off. Yeah, what are you going to do? Well, once again, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. We're going to wrap it up. Check out the fellas here Sunday evening, I believe 6 p.m. at the Know-It-Alls. I'll be in the chat talking smack over there as well. We appreciate you rocking with us. Arrest Brett Favre, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wait.
And sign Aaron Rodgers. Wrap it up.
Final word.
Oh, no, wait.
If that Wi-Fi loads up.
Come on, Marriott. Listen, I'm gold working on
there it goes.
Status. We need that Marriott to come through for us. I'm working on platinum status.
Just in time for your final thoughts, Pay. We already gave ours. It's great. Close it out. But here you go.
My final thoughts is this. Shout out to Marriott. I love being a platinum elite player. Even though sometimes they piss me off with their internet connection. But final thoughts. We're in the season of March Madness, which means we're also in the season of Easter, everyone. No, I'm not going to have a religious take. You don't come here for that from me, at least. But I just want to say this. Another year, we got to have this conversation. If you eat Peeps, you are the worst person in the world. I don't want to hear anything about marshmallow rabbits. Is good. It's disgusting. Pack it up, throw it in the garbage. You know what? If you eat Peeps, you're on the short list of diabolical people who also make terrible food decisions. Another people on that list, people who put sugar and grits, diabolical, worst person in the world. Another person that's on that list, the people who stand in line at Portillo's, making the line long just to order a salad. You don't go to Portillo's to get salad. You go there to get beef. Juicy beef. Those 3 people should never be allowed to leave the house. If you eat Peeps, if you get salad at Portillo's, and if you put sugar and grits, you go to jail. Go to Guantanamo. Stay there.
OLI, sugar spaghetti. Go.
I'm one of those people, Pay. Which one am I?
You're a sugar person. I already know.
Sugar and grits.
Not Peeps. I'm sugar and grits, but I'm also pepper and cheese. But yeah, I do put a little pack of Splenda in my grits. So yeah, I guess I'm going to jail.
Listen, I like shrimp and grits with hot honey though.
Ooh,
honey.
Hot honey, man. You gotta try it.
It's the red honey though, right?
Say what?
It's the red honey though, right?
The one I use is not. It's from our company. It's not the red honey. It's really good though.
Honey, huh? I might try that. Might let's just see what you're working with. No diddy, but yeah, I don't know. But everyone knows. I mean, those different variations of shrimp, the cheese, all that stuff. But sugar does not belong in grits. Peeps should not belong on store shelves. They belong in a garbage can.
Peeps are disgusting.
And if you go to Portillo's and you order a salad, and if you go to Portillo's and order a salad, I want you excommunicated from all communities.
Real quick, we'll take 2 more minutes. Live chat. What what pays on? What do you guys think is like the worst? Mr. Wussy says pepper and cheese.
Gotta
your
be-
grits,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
Cheese
not
and
sugar.
pepper,
Yeah,
your
my grits.
Yeah, it's got to be Peeps, man. Peeps are horrible.
Peeps are so horrible.
They're horrible,
Candy
man.
corn is up there for me.
Oh, it's kind of
Yeah,
up there, but it's
that's
not worse
candy
than
corn.
Peeps.
Peeps
It's not
are
worse
horrible.
than
I
Peeps,
agree.
though.
I agree. Peeps are worse.
Candy
But
corn
it's up
is
there.
better as a weapon than it is as a candy.
Is candy corn the worst all-time candy?
No, not more than Peeps.
Oh,
It's bad,
yeah,
but not more than Peeps.
Definitely in the top 5 list.
See, I'm not counting
It's
Peeps
definitely
really.
top five.
It's like an Easter thing. But candy corn is just a Halloween candy too, again.
But it's horrible. It's candy corn is horrible and Peeps are horrible. Both they're horrible. They're horrible. They should be banned.
You're okay, real quick. You guys' favorite candy bar?
A Milky Way.
Sorry.
Claude says MAGA's disgusting.
Stop it, Claude. This ain't political.
Candy bar.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Oh, it's a tough one. I got like 2 or 3. But let me just start off. My all-time favorite is the Baby Ruth.
Claude the
Baby.
MVP.
If it didn't have to be in bar form, I would easily say peanut M&Ms.
Right.
That's my jam.
Yeah, that's up there.
Ooh.
If it's a candy bar, Milky Way.
Oh, I do not like nougat.
I'm gonna go. And here's what's really messed up is I liked it old school before they added the caramel. I still dig it. It's still probably number 1 for me. The whatchamacallit.
I love whatchamacallit too, B-Dirt. That's probably my second. That Reese Cup whatchamacallit
I used to like
2 or
it
3.
before they started adding caramel to it.
I had a whatchamacallit
Even
about
better.
2 weeks ago.
Even
Look
better.
at this dude. Look at this dude right here, Claude Bishop.
What do you say,
He said-
BG?
He said, Mr. Good Bar, because that's what my wife calls me.
Oh no.
TMI, Claude. TMI.
That's it. That's it. That's enough.
Hey, what's yours?
I think it was obvious for me.
Payday.
Payday.
Is that really it? It's not that good, but okay.
No, it's not really. It's
And
not
that-
really it. It's not really it. It's a Snickers, but
In that board nougat?
not. I mean, there's
It's in there, right?
Snickers? Maybe. I'm not sure.
A little bit, maybe. Not much. It's more peanut, caramel, chocolate.
Yeah,
That's what I
probably
thought.
right. But okay. All right, fellas. Well, great show. Thanks for being the boss, Pay. Leading us where we need to go. Yeah, man. And with that, I guess we out.
Till next week. Don't eat peeps.